Troubleshooting Sentro circular knitting machines with drop stitches. They can be very frustrating, and there can be a few different reasons why a machine is dropping stitches I have found from personal experience. Especially frustrating is when you're using a yarn that you've used in the past that's worked really well and now all of a sudden it's not working. So a few things that I look for me when I start having issues is one, making sure my machine is stable and it's not rocking and moving around too much. Now my suction cups have worn out a long time ago and they don't stick to any surface. So I got these reusable sticky glue pads off of Amazon and I put them on the suction cups. And so my machine goes nowhere, there's no rocking. That fixed a lot of issues I had. Next, I want to make sure it's on a very stable surface. I don't have it on something that easily rocks too. I use my kitchen counter or a nice sturdy table would work as well. Next, I check just the condition of my machine. So first, I'm just going to crank it around and around with no yarn in it. I want to make sure there's no popping or grinding noises. If you do hear that, that could maybe mean something is broken in the machine or could just need to be lubricated. I use white lithium grease to lubricate the crank gear on my machine. And you also want to check to make sure all the needles are going up and down properly, making sure there's nothing bent, nothing broken. If one seems to be stuck, there could be something going on inside the machine. Lint could be a big culprit. So I have a computer compressed air duster. It's not the canned version, it's one that plugs in, kind of like a mini hair dryer, but it doesn't have any heat, and it has a lot of little tools that can get into all the little crevices to blow out any lint that could be left over in the machine. And there are replacement parts available on Amazon and on SD and I believe on eBay and even Temu I heard that you can get. I have never personally had to replace any needles on my machine, but if you bought your machine secondhand, definitely take really good look at the needles. That was someone who left a comment. They ended up having a bent needle that was the issue, but once they fixed that, the machine worked great. Now let's look at how the machine works. How the machine knits a stockinette stitch is as we're cranking forward and the needles are coming around and they come past the yarn holder, the needles come up and then down and then they hook the yarn and pull it down into the machine. The drop stitch happens because the needle has missed hooking the yarn and then a drop stitch is created. So depending on when I get the drop stitch can give me a clue as to what is happening with the machine and why I'm getting the drop stitch. If I get a drop stitch early on, like at row 2 or 3, if all of the yarn drops off the machine, it's me and I did not cast on correctly and I need to redo my cast on. So what happens is when we cast on, we first want to hook the yarn under our first needle. I like to start at the white needle here. The next needle, it needs to go behind, so it's not going to hook it. And you don't want it too tight and you don't want it overly loose. You want it just right, kind of like Goldilocks, just kissing the back of the needle. The following needle, it needs to hook it and pull it down into the machine again. So it goes in front, and then we go behind, and then in front, behind, and in front, behind, and in front. Every time it goes behind the needle, it's not going to hook it, but when it goes in front, that needle is going to hook it and pull it down into the machine. If I start getting drop stitches early on, it's usually because I've gone over 2 needles or under 2 needles, and there's nothing to make its foundation. This is called the cast on, and there's no yarn for the machine to create the stockinette stitch, so it'll just make ladders and keep dropping all of the yarn. So once my cast on is done, I want to check it, and it should look like this on your machine, where it's hooked down into the machine and then not on every other needle, just like this. So it's hooked down into the machine, then it's not, hooked down, then it's not. So it's over and under, just like this. If we're over 2 or under 2, then we're going to get drop stitches on those needles. Next, we want to make sure no yarn is hooked on top of these big pegs like this one is here. If we want to push it down so it's under, because a drop stitch can happen if they are hooked on top, and that can happen at any point in your project if you see that. So now we're ready to crank our first row, but before we do that, we want to make sure when we stop at our last needle and before we go on to create our first row, the yarn needs to go under the white needle But before it does that, we need to put now the yarn into the yarn holder. And this is another area where I will get drop stitches a lot, is when I don't have the yarn all the way down to the yarn holder. If it's like this, the needles cannot catch the yarn and I'll get a drop stitch. So you want to make sure it's seated all the way front and all the way into the back and then into your yarn tensioner. There's 3 holes. I usually like to do the middle hole. It's especially important when you're changing yarn skeins or changing color to make sure you have it all the way down into the yarn holder. The next thing that can happen is that there's a too loose of a tension for the yarn for the machine, and you will also get drop stitches. So if you notice, I use my left hand to create tension. I'm actually not relying at all on that tension bar for tension. I just use it as a guide. Now I'm not holding it overly tight. I'm just holding it with my thumb and pointer finger, because as we get less and less yarn in the yarn skein itself, it's giving less and less tension to the machine. So I use my left hand to compensate for that tension to give even tension throughout the entire project. And that has really seemed to be the best key about not getting any drop stitches, is using my left hand and not just the tension bar. Next, you can also add weights, especially if you're using a yarn that's a little bit too thick for the machine, or maybe it's extremely light for the machine and it's really easy to drop a stitches. You can use binder clips like I show here, or you can get these claw weights off of Amazon as well to help pull the fabric down and hold it onto the machine properly. Lastly, I always like to talk about yarn and not using yarn that's too thick for your machine. This is a bulky number 5 weighted yarn, and I recommend to steer clear of any bulky number 5s. I have never got one to work on my machine. So you'll see in this clip here, I was trying this one because it seemed like a thinner number 5 bulky weight yarn, but it still didn't work and it was dropping and tucking stitches left and right. So I recommend sport weight number 2 weighted yarns, DK number 3 weighted yarns, and worsted number 4 weighted yarns, but lighter worsted weight yarns. If it's thicker, closer to a number 5 bulky, I will have issues as well. Lastly, if the machine's giving me a lot of troubles with a particular yarn, I will take it off the machine and then I will try a completely different yarn. And I'll usually go with one that's thinner and do a test project just to make sure everything is working properly in the machine. If a different yarn does work and if it's a little bit thinner, then I know, okay, it's not the machine that's having the issue, it's something else with the yarn. And then if that's the case, then I start playing with tension. I'll try to either add a little bit more tension with my left hand, or maybe it needs looser tension as well. And then that just comes with kind of playing with the yarn to see how it's working. Next, I will show you how I like to fix a drop stitch, because one can randomly happen and just one is no big deal and you can just fix it while the project is still on your machine. But what I have noticed and what I will show you in the video I'm going to stitch coming up is you have to make sure you get all the yarn out from under the needle, because if you don't do that, it will continue to drop the same stitch over and over again as you crank around and around. So now I'll show you how I like to fix a drop stitch so it doesn't do that. So as you can see here, we have loops over these 2 small pegs. And this is what the machine normally has, but there's also a piece of yarn hooked under the needle. So when I crank this around, it pops that loop up and over the needle as the needle comes up. And then there's a new piece of yarn underneath the needle that goes down onto those 2 pegs, and it all gets like locked into place, making that knit stitch. But since I have a drop stitch, we want to fix this. So first thing I'm going to do when it gets to the yarn holder, I'm going to take the yarn and put it over the needle, because I don't want the needle grabbing any more yarn, because it will just start going in a loop and continue to drop stitches. Then I always like to fix the stitch when it's on the left side of my machine. So I crank it around until it gets almost back to the yarn holder, and then we're going to fix it. So I take my loom pick and remove if there is a loop around those 2 pegs, because we don't want that. And now there's no yarn underneath that needle as well anymore, and that's good. So we can now fix this loop. I take the loom pick to pick up the loop I do have still intact with the stitches, take my crochet hook and put it underneath those bars, pick up the loop, put the bar over the loop, and then pull the loop over the bar. So bar over the loop, and then loop over the bar and the crochet hook. And we do this all the way till we get back up to the top, and this is how it's going to create the same looking knit stitches that the machine makes. That's why the crochet hook needs to be underneath. And so we're going to do this all the way up, take the bar over the loop, now pull the loop up and over the bar and the crochet hook. That bar is now your new loop. And so I'll do this just a couple more times till all we're left with is a loop left on our crochet hook. And why I like doing this on the left side of the machine, if I do it on the right side of the machine, I'll start cranking my rows and I will forget that I had fixed the stitch and it will just drop it again. And I'll show you why. Here I'm at my last one where I take the loop, put it over the bar and the crochet hook. Now that I have this loop, I'm going to put this loop back on the two little pegs of this needle. And it's really easy to do this if you have a loom pick. If you don't have a loom pick, use a paper clip that you undo. So you have just something with a little bit of an angle to hold down the yarn over those pegs. If you don't hold this loop down as we crank it, it's just going to pull up the needle as we crank around, and it will pop that loop right off of the needle and the pegs. There's nothing for it to lock into, so it will just continue to drop your stitch again. So hold that loop down that you just put on, and now let the needle come up through that, keeping that loop down onto those two pegs. And then let the needle catch the new yarn through your yarn holder. And then now when that needle goes down, everything is going to be locked into place when it catches that needle. And then when you continue to crank your rows, everything is going to continue to lock in place and make the knit stitches. So that's why I do it on the left side before we get to the yarn holder, so I can just make sure I hold that loop down and then everything gets caught correctly and locked into place. If I fix the stitch on the right side of the yarn holder, I always seem to forget that I fixed the stitch, or I'll forget which needle I fixed the drop stitch on, and then the needle will come up, it will pop off that loop, and then I have the same issue and I am fixing drop stitches. I really hope this video helped with some ideas on why drop stitches can be happening and how to fix them. If you know of any other reasons why drop stitches are happening and how to fix them, please let me know in the comment section below, because I love learning from all of my fellow crafters. Thank you so much for watching, and happy crafting, everybody.